It's week 1 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Cardinals, next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Arizona Cardinals. It's time for the start of a new NFL season. Always such a fun time of the year. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you up in the booth once again. And we could not, CD, have asked for a more exciting game to start this season. Kansas City, Arizona, two teams coming off strong seasons, both fueled by those high-powered offenses.
And this should be so much fun for people at home watching because both of these teams, they know how to put up points. How about this stat? Each of the last 4 seasons, we've seen one opening week game reach 69 or more points combined. I'd have to think that this game is a front runner to keep that streak going. Look, we all know about Kansas City. 4 straight conference title games.
Get this one started, and off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Time to get our first look at one of the star faces of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes and his Kansas City offense. Really the gold standard among NFL offenses since he became the starter in 2018.
We'll talk about Patrick Mahomes. What's a normal season for him? It's probably a career year for 99% of the other quarterbacks in the game today. 4,800 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a 4th straight trip to the AFC title game. He is making sure that all of us understand what he is doing is sometimes beyond spectacular, and his team follows accordingly. When he's under center, KC always has a shot.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And right away, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. Fumble recovery, touchdown for Arizona. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So not only the cough-up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll run with the third-year man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this up to midfield. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. From midfield, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second down and goal. Mahomes. Touchdown. Travis Kelce with career touchdown number 60. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Well, here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
Kyler Murray had his Arizona Cardinals cruising in 2021, leading them to 11 wins, despite sharing a division with both of the NFC title game participants. It was also Arizona's first playoff appearance since 2015. Like his team, Murray's improved each of the last 3 seasons and would have set career highs across the board had he not missed a couple of starts.
First down, Murray. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And his throw here's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Murray. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Mahomes going to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Again, Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. Edwards-Helaire is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Fielded right around the 8. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the 1st half here, a long way to go. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick, and the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a 1st-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. On 2nd and goal. Mahomes, and he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. The Cardinal offense and Kyler Murray back onto the field. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. He'll get this to the 24, and it's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun now from Murray. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Murray to the veteran Green for the Cardinal first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Murray now on first down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. Avoids him at the 40. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough. These Chiefs to start 2022, well, they were handed a very tough task by the schedule makers, not just in going on the road to face a Cardinal team that was 11-6 last year, but they're going to be the first team in NFL history to start a season with 8 consecutive games against teams that finished above 500 from the previous year. After today, Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders, Bills, 49ers, Titans, and that doesn't even count that they play last year's Super Bowl teams, the Rams and Bengals, in the second half of the year. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Murray going to throw. And that is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes steps away, and they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Right back to Edwards-Helaire on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. Pass incomplete. The Chiefs on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
The drive will start with Connor. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Murray off play action. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the left side with Connor. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 1 now. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
We tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's the option play going left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. After that play, we're going to get a pause here, an injured player, and that's the tight end, Zach Ertz, in some discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Murray now. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 2 yards, good enough for 1st.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he...
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It leads to second and 10.
To throw on second and 10, Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw is Murray. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now Murray again. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. On second and 10, Murray. It's complete to Brown, right side. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Flush to his right. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Hurts certainly proved he's still got some juice left after midseason trade to Arizona. Immediately came in and produced with over 500 yards in 11 games, and he's being counted on as a key piece for the Cards moving forward, and he gets him a first down there.
On 1st and 10 is Counter, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, Mahomes. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. On the slant, he's got Hardman. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Now a toss left side for Edwards-Helaire. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Juju Smith-Schuster from 3 yards out. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the second half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of, winning your season opener, getting off to that good start, and building confidence for the rest of the season.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. Shotgun now from Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one. From the 45 on 2nd down. Murray, quick slant to Brown.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Cardinals.
From the gun, a give to Connor. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up
On second down, here's Murray.
at the Chiefs' 41.
He'll get this to Connor underneath. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this team has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
A gain of 6. And the Cardinals.
Murray now on first down. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line. That's the end.
We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Murray getting this complete to counter. And he'll be brought down at the 27. From the 27, Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chris Jones in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The Cardinals on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be third and forever. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there in this passing game. It just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
75 yards rushing here for Edwards-Helaire. It's a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football, because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. On the move to his left. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's going wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Chris Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
To try again after the sack, Murray.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And the Cardinals will take over possession here up at the 44. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Now Edwards-Helaire.
And a good burst there gets him set up to midfield.
That's it. That's what you want. A straight and positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
7-yard pickup. Brings up second.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it brings up third.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is going to have the Chiefs' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Chiefs, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.